Alright,
Uh,
continue.
I think it's recording. Do you want me to start or?
I mean, I think Nagato just uses Chibaku Tensei, and that's it. It's GG.
Okay, I think he would get blitzed before he does that because we already saw it happening
When did we see that happen?
when he cut off his arm.
Why is that a blitz?
Okay, so Nagato, he's holding Itachi, not Itachi, fuck. He's holding Naruto and B, and he's about
That's
to
not
kill them.
Nagato. That's Kabuto controlling Nagato.
Let me finish first, right? Then you can provide your counter. He's holding them, trying to kill them, right? And then Itachi blinds him off his arm before he does before he even realizes what happened. And we know that Naruto has sensory abilities. He wasn't able to sense Itachi coming. So that counts as a perception blitz.
Nagato isn't necessarily Kabuto that's controlling him.
Okay, so how does that affect his abilities?
Well, we don't know how the filter of him controlling him, like how that filters out his sensing and stuff.
I want to know how it nerfs him.
We just don't know how it works. So his sensing might not necessarily be the same or even there, because Itachi still needed to blind him.
I can just dismiss that, or I can argue saying we know that Kabuto can control these characters and get information that they collect using their senses. Like he knows what they see, what they hear, what they touch, everything.
What they hear, first of all, he's not seeing them, so you can't use that. What they hear, they're way faster than the speed of sound, so that's irrelevant. What they touch, he wasn't touching Itachi, so all of that is irrelevant. You don't know if his sensing is the same.
Peach, I'm saying he's receiving information from them, from their senses.
Yeah,
That's
we don't
how
know how the chakra sensing ability works. We don't know how that works.
We don't need to know how it works. We just need to know that he has that information.
Yeah, but at which speed can he receive that information? Why is it the same as, sensing is different for every single one of the senses. We don't know at which speed. This could be way slower than any of his other senses.
If you want to assert that the speed is slower or anything, you would have to prove that.
I wouldn't have to prove it. Well, actually, every single sense has a different speed. You would need to scale the speed of his sensing. Like, why does every single... yeah, sure, like, the speed at which you can react with your eyesight or reflex with your touch or hearing or any of that shit. Wait, what the fuck? What do you mean sensing with your hearing? You're just hearing and react, like you're just hearing something and reacting to something through your hearing is like how fast your reflexes work. But what do you mean by sensing?
Your reflexes.
Yeah, your reflexes work differently depending if it's eyesight, like all that shit. Depending on which sensation you're feeling, your reflexes work different. Hold on.
Do you mind proving that?
Yeah.
You mind proving that, or you're gonna prove that?
Yeah, wait. Hold on. Where should I send it? I can't send it in the general. There are spasm.
Is 10 off of
and
that?
Brumius scans.
Send in scans.
And Brumius. Oh wait, there's a scans. Okay, I'll send in scans. So basically, like your visuals is 0.25 seconds, your audio is like 0.17, and then your touch is like almost half of your visuals. So we have no idea like how fast him sensing chakra, how fast it is compared to everything else. There's no way to gauge that, so it's unscalable.
You're talking about how fast Nagato can interpret information?
I mean, what is sensing? How, like, if you look at something, you're not sensing it, you're just looking at it. It's how fast that information goes from your eyesight to your reflexes.
So when I say sensing, I mean literally all his senses, including eyesight.
Yo, well, how can you sense with your eyesight?
An eyeball is a sensory organ. What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, but that sensory organ takes information, sends it to the brain, and then you like your reflexes move depending on that. So like all it really is just sending information to your like, and then you reflect like your
Asking,
reflex
I was
reacts to
asking,
them.
is that what you're talking about? Like how fast he can like sense information and interpret it?
Yes.
Because that's irrelevant to what I'm arguing.
You're saying it blitzed his sensing of the chakra, like
He's
what even is that?
faster than that. I'm saying that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Doesn't matter how fast.
How fast is that scale?
What?
How fast is that scale?
How fast is that? What?
How fast is it like his sensing ability, not through eyesight or touch or audio, like
It
auditory? How
doesn't.
fast is that?
He is. I'm saying Itachi is faster than that.
Okay, but how
Even
fast is
he's
that? How it's like
faster than that. He
okay,
couldn't
but there's no
sense
reference to that.
Itachi.
Like we know that different people have different sensory
Do you not
capabilities. We have
understand?
no idea. I understand what you're saying. It's irrelevant.
And it doesn't actually think Nagato can sense or anything like that. I'm saying he
If
wasn't able to sense
okay,
motion blister.
but if Nagato's no, it's not a perception because it wasn't in his perception.
Do you know
He
what
just
perception?
outsped his.
Wait. Do you know what
Yeah, it
perception
was
is?
in his
Go and see
like things you
perception is.
perceive.
Okay. So you perceive things through
It
your
doesn't really
senses,
matter.
right?
Not necessarily.
You know what?
No,
I think you're going to try to argue semantics, so I'm just going to say this. He's faster than Nagato can sense him or see him. Yeah, I don't care if you
you
call it
can't prove
perception.
C. You can't prove C. You can't prove C.
He blinded him, and Nagato didn't even know he was blinded until he had his arms cut off.
That was Kabuto, and you can't prove that he didn't know that.
He's receiving that information
Yeah, through a filter,
through a what?
through the filter of Edo Tensei.
Can
So
you
that
prove
means
that
Nagato receives it, and then
he
Kabuto receives it.
filter?
Prove he's using Edo Tensei? What? What do you mean?
The filter, like you said, and tell me what that filter, like, what do you mean by
It's
filter?
another variable. You can't prove like that variable has no impact.
You can't prove it has an impact.
I don't need to.
You are the one who has to. I'm saying he's receiving information like
I'm
that.
just
Like
saying there is an extra variable. It
he
makes it
can react.
unscalable.
He can react to every single character except
It's like
Itachi.
it's like if someone's from 3 Tomo and then they have to activate their Susanoo versus if they're already in MS. There's an extra layer, an extra step for that information to receive to Kabuto. So like there's an extra layer. Like Nagato receives it, then it's sent to Kabuto, and then he's like controlling it. So then there's an extra layer and step which would take more time. So we don't really know how that affects it.
Like, okay, at this point, you're just speculating on how the jutsu works without substantiating it.
I'm just saying there's an extra step and we have no idea how that plays into account.
Extra step.
I mean, it's the simple fact that just it's like it's an axiom. It proves itself. He's
Because
controlling that Otensei. He's receiving information from that Otensei.
information at
What
the
do you
same time.
information at the same time?
Yeah.
Like there's like if it's information at the same time, there's still an extra step.
Do you know what at the same time means?
Like there's no way to prove it's the same time because there's an extra step.
Okay, at this point, you have the extra step thing, and I have the at the same time thing.
How would
So
wait if it's at the same time? Then why would Nagato be able to track down Kabuto if there was a like there's a chakra trail? Okay, so that chakra trail means that
what's
there's
that?
like so that means that Kabuto's somewhere else, and then he's controlling him from this chakra trail.
Wait, what's that got to do with this?
That means that he's controlling him through that chakra trail to his like actual body.
Wait,
So that means
can
the
you prove?
information.
Can you prove he sends them through a chakra trail? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like through the link
Yeah,
through the
through
link
the
he had.
says through a chakra link or anything like that, like a chakra. trade or whatever the fuck.
All right, whatever. We can move on from this. So yeah, basically this sensing of the chakra.
Gone from this.
Actually, there's wait. You said
What?
that he blinded him and he had like he couldn't even react to him blinding him. Can you prove that?
Okay, I'll send you this scan. I think it was chapter 530 or something, if I'm not mistaken. Chapter 530. It's 530. Oh no, it's not 530. Fuck. Is it 514? Nope. Oh yeah, I'm at the right chapters. Yes, 551. Yeah, hold on, I'm at the chapter.
All right. To be honest, this is irrelevant. Anyways, he wouldn't have needed to blind him if he was a perception blitz above him.
It doesn't even matter if you think he needed to, like, he didn't have to blind him if he was possession blitz above him.
Why would he blind
Because
him if he's a perception blitz above him?
he was able to blind him, and Nagato wasn't able to realize that until Itachi was already there and cut
How
off
do you
his
know he
arm.
didn't realize that?
That's what you asked me to prove, and you say it's relevant. Can you make up
Oh,
your
okay.
mind?
So there's gonna wait. Okay, so you're gonna prove somehow that I would just said, "Oh, I had no idea. I was just blinded." Like,
He became aware of something happening right when his arm was cut off. I'm gonna
no,
say
exclamation point doesn't necessarily mean that. If it's just an exclamation point, that doesn't necessarily mean that he could have
why.
already been aware. Because if he was stabbing the eyes, he would have just been aware that the eyes were being stabbed. Like it's like if you have like two of your teammates like go down like and you're focused on two other people, like you can be aware of that and still be surprised when you get like snuck. It's like two of his other two
You
of his
say
other yeah, like so like basically like two of his like visions just went blurry, but he was still focusing on two other people. So like he could have been aware of the fact that two of his visions went blurry. It's not necessarily a perception blitz.
wait, did you not realize that his eyes are blurry? Is that what you're saying? Like
No, I said
he
he could have realized that, but that those attacks aren't in that moment going towards him, and he's in the middle of taking care of two people.
why does that matter?
Being the because he's like preoccupied with doing something, so he's like doing something important, and then like two things happened
So he's not
that weren't
worried
affecting him.
Hachi coming in and stopping him from doing that important thing.
I mean, he could have just like if he was about to be done with it, he was about to be shoot the laser and suck out Naruto. So like he was literally about to do it. So that could have been taken priority over Itachi like blinding his two blind spot, like his two visions.
You think if you get blinded by someone who's attached to the thing that you're trying to do, you wouldn't like immediately pay attention to them and see what they're doing?
No, if I'm like literally about to like stab
So
someone right in front of me, and I hear someone yell like to the neck, like yell next to me, like
yeah,
I'm not gonna
blind,
stop like stabbing that person.
yelling is different from you blinding one of your eyes.
That's not directly affecting me. So like if I had a completely separate body,
And,
what?
it is. I'm literally,
Not directly.
if I yell at you, I'm not attacking you. If I attack you, like, and I hit you, That's way more than me just yelling behind you.
No, but it's just like it's an indirect factor. So like those were indirectly linked to him. They were just
I
helping. Like those were separate bodies.
proves what I said. Um, that panel at the very bottom, the bottom left, that's Nagato realizing something is happening. And then let me just send this the next page. I thought this was the same page. And then in the very next panel, in the next page, you see his hand getting cut off. So I would say he was noticing, like he was getting away, he was being aware of his hand getting cut off. Now he's realizing that something is actually happening. After he was
What do you
blinded,
mean?
happened.
That doesn't necessarily mean he just became aware of being blinded. Wait, I don't even see where the
Okay,
hand's being cut off.
more likely you can do the same, and then you can move on, right?
Um, wait, let me. What were you? Can you repeat what you said?
I gave my interpretation. Oh wait, are you sure about the interpretation thing or the argument?
Yeah, you were cutting off. Why it was more likely?
Okay, I'm saying it's more likely because Itachi is a big threat to both what the fuck are they what the fuck are their names? He's a threat to Nagato because he is actually stronger than what the fuck is his name? The main character, Naruto and B. And I think Nagato being blinded and knowing that Itachi's out there would take him as a serious threat because he could actually stop what he's doing, which is extracting Naruto's soul and killing B. So I think that panel at the bottom left in the first game that I sent is him being aware of his hand getting cut off way
Bottom
after
left.
I'm dead.
Where is it? Bottom left.
The first game I sent, the bottom left,
That's him becoming aware of what of being blinded
of being cut off of everything actually.
of everything.
Then
First you said blinded, then you said cut off.
in the panel after his hand gets cut off, we see an exclamation mark. Like I think that indicates that he's surprised or shocked by what is going on.
Okay, well, I just think that Kabuto, even though the other two eyes were blinded, um, he just took priority over taking down Naruto and B. So
Prove it.
those eyes were not what?
Substantiated. Why is that more probable?
It's well, why is yours more probable? It's equal interpretation.
I provided scans,
Yeah,
and I think
none of that would prove that like what? First of all, he taught you like um attacking the other two eyesights will like indirectly mean that he's attacking like two other sites besides like the point that's the main emphasis where he's focusing on, which is taking out
I'm
Naruto
gonna
and B.
provide
So
I'm gonna provide another quick argument as to why I think your interpretation of Kabuto focusing on Naruto and B is kind of like improbable. Kabuto just witnessed Itachi breaking out of the Edo Tensei and regain control of his own body. And he says that he underestimated him. So why would Kabuto underestimate Itachi after that? Why would he not take Itachi seriously, knowing that he's a threat to his mission?
it's not underestimating him. It's just the second time is not underestimating him. It's just
Okay,
seeing. It's just
Nagato is struggling to pull out in Naruto's soul. It's,
not necessarily at the end. It looks like he's about to take it out.
it's taking him it took him a fucking long time.
Not really. If you look at the other panel, you see his head was like close to his body, and then in the last one, it's like by his hands, like he's about to drag it out.
Pulling on it. Like he's still pulling it back into his body.
Yeah, and he's also holding B. So like once he's about to take care of B with the laser. Once he does that, he can just like focus on Naruto and take it out real quick. So he believes that
Yeah.
focusing on
So
this.
I'm saying Kabuto would know that Itachi is a threat because he's not done with his mission yet.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean he can take care of like three things at once. If he focuses on two things, he'll be able to do them quicker. He just thought he could do them in time.
Are you saying you can't focus on two things, or more than two things at the same time?
It would be harder to, and it would take more time.
Why? Prove that.
What? If he would have to distribute, he would have to divide his chakra up into three different activities and his focus.
Why
And a
is
lot
that
of your
Hey, let's talk about
because
the chakra first. Why is that a problem for him? He has near infinite chakra.
well since like he's tug of warring with Naruto, clearly it's like there's definitely amount of
He has
chakra that he needs to
infinite,
focus.
near infinite,
This wait, what? Can you prove that? Why does he have
Can
infinite chakra?
I said near infinite chakra. The chakra is
Why?
rapidly depleting. Okay, let me
Why?
get this. Let me get a statement. Give me a second. Uh, does anybody know the chapter in which Mara states that the Kage would have an immortal body with infinite chakra?
Yeah, that's his, not necessarily every Edo Tensei. He's special.
It tends to work, actually.
And that's actually limitless, not infinite. There's a
That's,
huge difference.
I'm saying near infinite. I'm not saying it's actually infinite. Like I
No,
said, it's faster.
yeah, limitless is not the same as infinite, not even close. That just means
That's
you won't run out of chakra and die. You can have
Can you
1% chakra not using jutsu.
stop ignoring the word near? Near infinite, and I explained to you
Yeah,
what I meant by
near infinite is not even close to the same thing limitless.
I explained what I meant by that.
Limitless just means that like if there's 100 apples and you everybody comes rushing in, there's always going to be one apple at least.
Okay, so why exactly? Why would that matter if he has to distribute his chakra?
If he has to distribute it, that doesn't mean that there isn't a max uh, chakra amount that he can like distribute. You're conflating infinite with limitless. Like he can still have a set amount of chakra. If he divides it up,
I
he still
meant
can like
his
what?
chakra rapidly regenerates.
No, you can't prove it's rapid. It can be slowly. It can be limitless but slow. Either
Okay, you know
way,
what?
I think we can move on.
I'm just gonna throw that out because I think you're gonna start arguing semantics. I don't want to do that, so let me just throw that out. Okay, we know that Nagato has a shit ton of chakra as an Uzumaki. Why does it matter if he distributes this chakra?
Because he's clearly struggling already with Naruto and B, and also having mental like your mental like
Even because he
how your
doesn't have,
mental how your mental energy is and your focus, that's like half of your chakra. So if he has to distribute it three
is this?
ways, then it's
Can you focus on the chakra thing first? Is he struggling because he doesn't have enough chakra? Is that what you're saying?
it's either that or it's because he's like distracted with B, and that's half of like mental energy is half of what makes up
What?
chakra. So
Why would he be distracted by B? Why?
because any like distractions uh any like distractions or like anything like that could disrupt your mental focus.
What?
And yeah, like your mental focus and stuff, and that's a large component of chakra, your
Your
mental
men,
energy.
you said your mental energy. What?
So basically you have to focus your mental energy to produce chakra. You have to focus very hard, and if there's multiple things going on, it can disrupt your focus, and that would disrupt your output of chakra. So if he disrupts the two things he's doing right then and there, it could
Yeah,
lower it could slow
you,
him down a lot more and just fuck him over.
I say you have to focus your mental energy to generate chakra.
Yeah.
Did I hear?
Uh to do it better. Yeah.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, I sent the scans.
Let me see that. Mental energy.
Not that you have to focus to do it at all, but the more you focus, the better you can manipulate chakra.
So are you saying there's a limit as to how many people Nagato can focus on?
Not necessarily a limit, but the more people, the more distractions, the less focused he is. Then inherently, by definition, then yeah, it would worsen his chakra control and output. Like I
I
think
don't know if
that's
I understand.
just
Okay, let's see if I understand you. You're saying if he has more people to focus on, the less the more people he has to focus on, the less chakra he can output. Is that
well,
right?
the more people there are, it's his focus would be like divided up among like
Okay,
different people, and
so
his mind wouldn't be as focused on each individual task. It wouldn't be able to focus
why?
because there would be more distractions.
Okay, I'm gonna prove that wrong using pain. You know that Nagato can focus on six things at the same time with no problems.
Okay, that if anything, why does that mean that pain without the six bodies like
Why?
wouldn't have be a lot more focused?
He's the one controlling all those bodies, right? He's receiving all that information at the same time.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't
why would
mean that
two
that
people
doesn't
or
mean
three?
that well, because like I'm not saying that he can't focus on different things. I'm saying his output could be lower because he is focusing on different things. Like that's why Naruto could possibly have been saying that because all the abilities are focused into one body, Nagato is a lot better than Pain.
Okay, so we know that Pain can focus. Pain is actually six bodies, and Nagato can use those bodies to focus on multiple people and actually fight people who really give him a challenge and almost kill him. So Nagato, being stronger than Pain, should be able to focus on even more people, right? Two people shouldn't be a problem for him.
Yeah,
Like that, like
that doesn't
people.
like that's not that doesn't address the fact that yeah he could focus on multiple people. That doesn't address the point that his focus diverting from one single point would lower his output because he's not as focused. All
Okay,
right, I think we can move on.
matters. Like I don't get it.
Okay, so like basically if they're not as focused on one thing, if they're distracted or stressed, um, it will lead to lower output because mental energy is half of the chakra, like half of what makes up chakra output. So, more people, the more distracted, the less output. Like it's that simple.
Output of chakra. That's what
Yeah,
you're
the
saying.
less he, yeah, basically.
Why does that matter?
I think I've said it enough. I think we should just move on.
You told me what you think happens. I'm asking you why it matters. Like, why would that be a nerf or anything like that?
Because if he's like you said, if he's struggling already with Naruto and B, and then there's a third component, and two of his
Is
indirect bodies get attacked.
wait, is he struggling with B? Because he's
He doesn't
struggling only
have to be.
after he's fighting back.
Okay, but if okay, like let's say we don't know what's going through it like Kabuto's mind. He could be thinking if I distract myself from Naruto, he might be able to break out. If I distract myself from B, my like grip might loosen. I might as well just finish it right here and now while I'm focused on like lasering B's head off and like ripping Naruto's soul out. Then worry about the indirect bodies that were attacked.
Okay, I've already addressed that when I said Nagato, not Nagato, fuck. Kabuto literally witnessed Itachi breaking free from the Edo Tensei. He knows Itachi is a real threat. So why would he ignore Itachi, know that Itachi could potentially stop him from doing what he wants, getting Naruto's soul?
But clearly he didn't like view Itachi as that much of a threat because Nagato he thought Nagato himself was capable of taking out Itachi being
Wait,
Naruto. Like he was
he gave you an argument as to why he would see him as a threat, and you're saying, oh, he didn't
he's
see
a
him as a.
he saw him as a threat, but he didn't see him as that much of an issue because he's still confident Nagato could take them all out.
That's the thing you're trying to prove, though.
I mean, that's like when he first like controlled Nagato, he didn't seem like that phased by it. He seemed to think that Nagato would be able to take him out.
When he first controlled Nagato,
Yeah.
You when he used Shinra Tensei?
I think before that. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Okay, well, like you should drop that scan and then we can conclude the point and move on because we don't just point for too long.
Yeah.
Which scan exactly are you looking for? Maybe someone can find it for you.
Hold on. I'm just trying to find like when he starts controlling Nagato.
Okay.
Okay, so when Nagato was all fucked up on the ground, like all crippled and bringing Mataratsu, Kabuto was just like smiling about it, and he was just like saying like, instead of like looking for frustrated or anything, he just seemed confident, like, oh, Shisui's eye, oh, this is my lucky day, like he didn't seem too phased by the thought of taking on Itachi being Naruto versus like with the sickened Nagato. So even though he saw Itachi as a threat, I don't think he saw him as much of a threat as you're making him out to be.
He's just willing to try. That doesn't mean he's not like phased or like bothered by Itachi being there or anything like that.
Well, I think his attitude conveys a different image. He's like pretty confident and he's smiling. But yeah, we can move on.
Okay. Which other
What?
have a
Oh,
problem with?
you said. So wait, actually, yeah, I think Nagato is relative to Itachi in speed. So like if so yeah, because him like he's faster than B, who's relative to Naruto, who's relative to Itachi. So I think that would just contradict
Relative to
your
Naruto
scaling.
versus Itachi.
Yeah.
I think I've substantiated my scaling enough to the point where it makes your scaling wrong. So I don't think we need to go through that.
I mean, he blatantly outspeeds B though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I've proven enough that Itachi just blesses Nagato. So I don't think we need to go over that.
Yeah, I don't think you could like prove that with him looking directly at him. But all right, we can finish here if you want to, if you think you got it.
Yeah, I think I did all I need to do. So I
All
think
right, cool. I'm
do the
go
same
back
thing
to
that
doing everything.
them. So yeah, I guess we're done.
All right, bet I'm gonna dip.
All right.